Hi, everybody. Hopefully, this video makes sense for a lot of people. I wanted to briefly explain if you're coming here because you're in a high conflict relationship, especially a high conflict marriage, where no matter it seems like no matter what you do or try, there's always drama and there's always conflict. Then this channel is for you. You've got a spouse or significant other who has a personality disorder. It's a cluster B personality disorders, and it's along the spectrum of things like borderline personality disorder and narcissism. And I want to focus on narcissism just a little bit, actually entirely on narcissism, and understand there's a difference between a narcissistic attitude and the full-blown narcissistic personality disorder. But if you've got a high conflict relationship, uh, short and sweet, the only solution that you have is to leave the relationship entirely and cut off all forms of contact. Literally, amputate all forms of communication that you have and restart. That means delete your Facebook, delete your Instagram, delete your Twitter, delete. Change your phone number, change your phone provider. Um, Clearly, change your address, move. Change your email address and block your old email address. Seriously, and change the bars you go to, change the groups you hang out with, change your mutual friends. Don't hang out with mutual friends or friends that you met through this person for a long time. Uh, because when you have someone who's high conflict and they're in that cluster B personality, they cannot stand when somebody goes no contact. That is when you have somebody who seeks conflict, they don't care about being right, they don't care about being wrong, they don't care about solutions and resolutions, because what they want is the conflict. And that's so mind-boggling, because regular rational people don't want conflict. Regular rational people want peace, resolution, and solutions. But for some reason, there's some people that crave and desire for there to be conflict. And as long as they're fighting and arguing, they're going to have that. And when you go no contact with them, when you cut them completely out of your life, they can't handle that, because they can't get what they need from you, which is a fight or a conflict. And when that happens, they lose their shit, they go crazy, they start stalking. These are the types of people that do turn into stalkers, and they'll start emailing, they start trying to blow up your phone, calling your phone, they start uh, talking to friends, making up stories, gossiping, talking shit about you. They'll oftentimes plant these terrible stories about you into your social network, um, to make you feel the need to rise up and defend yourself, and then you'll pop up on the radar somewhere through somebody or through some messaging system. Um, it's all it is it's just a big sonar blast of terrible that they're going to put out into your social network to try and get you to surface. And then they find you, then you're screwed, because you broke the rules of no contact. Even if you do all that, the next thing they start doing is they start going to your old bars, your old restaurants, your old hangouts, your gym. Um, they'll find you like at a restaurant. They'll sit right at your table without being invited and sit right in front of you and make you acknowledge them. Um, so yeah, if you're in a high, so yeah, once again, if you're in a high conflict relationship, this is for you. You need to get out. I will go into other details. If you're married, then what you need to do right now is find an attorney and retain that attorney and file for divorce as soon as possible. Here's why. In just about every state, there is a waiting period after you file for divorce. And every high conflict person knows this about divorce. They've already researched it long before you have. Even if you threaten to go out and file for divorce and move out and divorce and all this stuff, it still takes several weeks to draw up all the paperwork, and then it's between several weeks to a month to get the attorney retained, to get the paperwork filed, to get the petition for divorce written and filed with the judge. And then there's still a waiting period on top of that. In my state, it's 60 days before any further action can be taken. So by the time you get to the point of wanting to leave this person, and you leave and you want to make good on your promise to divorce, it's still going to be several weeks to a month before it actually gets into the court. And then it's still going to be at least another few months before you can even take the first step. Divorce takes, a fast divorce is 3 to 6 months. That is the absolute fastest it could possibly go. And that is a lot of time for someone full of terrible to mess with you. So find an attorney, retain the attorney, get all that done now. Because if you don't, if you wait until you're actually full of resolve, then it'll be too late for you. Let me tell you something about going up against somebody who's a conflict seeker in court. Whew. That gives them a super charge of adrenaline and energy like nothing you've ever seen. That's like winning the lottery for a conflict seeker. It completely drains you, and it completely charges them because they thrive on conflict, and divorce is about the biggest conflict they could ever hope to ask for. As a matter of fact, I think sometimes conflict people get married just because they get addicted to divorce. But that's a different subject entirely. Anyways, I hope to God this helps you. Please watch some of my other videos. I want to try and help you make sense of what's going on with your life, and give you some sound advice. The best advice I can give you: an attorney is your best friend. You think you can't afford one now? Believe me, you really can't afford to not have one going against somebody who thrives on conflict. I can tell you that right now. They've already thought of everything. They've been planning this a long time. This is their, like I said, this is their lottery jackpot. You are out of your element and they are in it. Get an attorney. They'll know what to do. Like, comment, or share, and I'll see you on the other video.